Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I am Average Zen. Your host of Average Zen.
And AverageKid
Presents. That's right, yeah. And you have caught us on another episode of Explain It Like I Am 7 Arena Tutorials. We're going through the Magic the Gathering Arena initial tutorials and color challenges and beyond to see if we can learn through the eyes of a child how to play this magnificent game.
But the skills of a man.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Because you're a man.
That's true. Last time we left off, we had started playing with our blue deck, and we were learning what that is all about. And do you remember what our blue deck is good at?
Yes.
What's it good at?
Flying.
Yeah, it's got a lot of flying creatures.
My favorite card is definitely Water Knot.
You like the water knot card?
Now I get to use it on the people who used it on us.
Well, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at what we got. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties. Well, let's try.
Always those.
There we go. Let's not show a blank screen. There we go. We want to show off what we're doing. So let's go and pick up where we left off under Events and Color Challenge. Head over to Blue and check out our deck. So we have the Water Knot. You said that was your favorite card, and that's going to tap
because it taps them for a long time.
Oh yeah.
I can see why they call it Water Knot, because he's in a knot of water.
He's all tied up with water. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, because that's the blue magic is really to deal with the water and the wind and the air and the sky and the coastline.
I don't know what the wall has to do. I don't know what the wall has to do with blue.
The
deck blue.
The walls are actually in a lot of different colors. This specific wall, though, the reason why it's blue is probably because it has that nifty ability, Scry 1, where it says, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card on the bottom of your library. So you could keep it on top, or you can put it on bottom if you don't want it. And that brings us to one of the other good things that blue magic is really good at in Magic the Gathering. And that is manipulating or messing with your deck, whether that's drawing more cards than you normally would be able to.
Because you can draw 2 cards.
You can draw a lot of cards.
Like 5.
Yeah.
You can draw so many cards you won't be able to count.
Yeah, and so this helps us when we're drawing cards because we want to draw cards that we want. And
not what we don't want.
That's right. So this helps us what they call filter. You know what a filter is.
It filters the water from bad to good.
Yeah, well, we can filter anything. So we can filter our deck or filter our hand. We can look for what we want and leave out the rest.
We can filter the air.
Yeah, because we have cards even like this. It says Overflowing Insight. We haven't gotten to cast this one yet, but
it says draw 7 cards.
Yeah, that's a whole new hand. You start the game with 7 cards unless you mulligan.
So if you still have 7 cards and you get that, you want to play that as soon as you can, so then you can just get another. I feel like you just want to play brands so you can play that.
Well, this is good. That's a good. I like where you're going here. One of my favorite parts of Magic the Gathering is drawing cards.
7, but it does cost 7.
It does cost 7 mana.
But it gives you 7 cards in turn.
That is true, and it's a sorcery, so we can only play it during our turn. But this brings us to one thing I don't think we've covered yet because we haven't had to cover it yet. What happens if you have more than 7 cards in your hand at the end of the turn?
You die.
No, you don't die.
You lose?
No, you have to discard. You're only at the end of your turn. If you have more than 7 cards in your hand, you have to discard down to 7 cards.
No.
Okay, so let's buckle up and see if we can play some of these powerful spells.
Like deep sleep.
Yeah, all the sleep, yeah. All right, well, take it away, Average Kid. Let's battle your old deck, the one we started with, the white deck, the mono white deck. We know that's good at gaining life and doing all sorts of shenanigans. And look at that.
Oh, we gotta unsummon again. Unsummons are just the best. And you got this one, Clouds Can Seer, and you got this one again, and the rest are just mana. So I already played the mana.
All right, well, it's our turn again. That was last turn.
So I guess we play another mana.
Yeah, we don't want to miss our land drops.
And we can play this. So let's play this so we can have at least a card on us.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We want a creature on the battlefield. We want to start attacking. Okay, and now let's see what that is. We need to right click on it and read what it is. Anytime we see a new card.
It's double strike.
Okay, so that means it's gonna deal its damage 2 times, right?
One time without you doing the damage, and then they do the damage. They'll kill us because they have 1 attack damage and we only have 1 defense, but we'll kill them because they have 1 defense and I have 2 defense.
Well, let's think about that, okay? But let's not make any assumptions, because read what double strike does there at the top. What does that say about double strike?
This creature deals both in first strike, regular combat damage. Does not apply when creatures fight.
Okay, so that last part we'll probably cover when we play green, but the important part to remember there is that it deals first strike damage and then regular combat damage. So remember when we had our white deck and there was a creature that we could give first strike? Do you remember that? It had the ability to give it first strike?
No.
If we paid mana, it was one of its abilities.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So a creature with double strike, if it was blocked by a creature with first strike, then they would both deal the first strike damage first to each other at the same time, and then, and only if they were both left alive, then they would deal regular combat damage. Now our Waterkin Shaman does not have first strike. Okay.
Probably we'll just fly over it because we have flying.
Okay. No, it does not have flying. We need to read our cards every single time. Do not assume that you know what that card does just because you saw the word flying on it. Because
always read your card,
read
kids.
it all the way. Don't stop until you finish reading the card and you understand what it means.
This is what it looks like, kid.
Right click. Okay. We need to read what the card says.
Whenever a creature you control with flying enters, Water Shaman gets 1/1 until end of turn.
So, it does not get flying.
Creature with flying will make it bigger.
It gets bigger when you play a creature with flying.
If you play this,
exactly.
then you can play this, and then it'll get bigger, so then it can resist this. So do you?
Okay. Yeah, because right now, if we attack with that,
it'll die.
It will block, and it will deal 1 first strike damage to our Waterkin Shaman before our Waterkin Shaman deals damage to it. So it will die without dealing any damage. But if you play that Cloudkin Seer,
it gets bigger.
It will get bigger. It will become a 3 power and 2 toughness.
So we want to play this.
If that Fencing Ace does 1 first strike damage, it won't be enough to kill it. So they'll kill each other during regular combat damage.
But I just played this.
That's right. So now if we attack in and they block, they'll both die.
So we don't want to tap though.
We could. And, this is one of those situations where if we attack now, we're doing what they call offering a trade. We're saying, I will trade you this creature for your creature, or you can just let it hit you and lose life. And that is a decision that we don't have enough information to say whether that's good or bad. Because what if we draw another flyer next turn? Then we could use the unsummon spell and put the Fencing Ace back in their hand, and then we could attack, and we would maybe get more damage in
Yeah,
without losing our creature. But we don't know if they're going to play another creature, and we don't know if we're going to draw another creature with flying. So we just have to do the best decision we can make here. And I think the best decision we can make here is to offer them a trade, because even if we lose this creature, we still have the Cloudkin Seer, the one that can attack. That is their only creature that we know about. So if they lose that, we're still ahead. We're still winning on board, as they say.
So I guess we had attack.
I think it would make sense. And they do block, so that means we're still winning.
Well, because you still have one card.
That's right. And now whatever they play, uh-oh.
No.
Okay, well, that's okay. Because look at this. And you remember I told you that you could use that offensively or defensively. And
so do you want to get rid of this guy?
Because what'll happen if we unsummon our own creature? What does unsummon say?
It'll bring it back to our hand so we can play it again.
That's right. And you know what? Most time, maybe that would be bad. But this card, the Cloudkin Seer, what happens when it enters the battlefield? What does it say? What does it say it does when it enters the battlefield?
Draws the card.
That's right. So we get another card if we replay it.
So I guess we unsummon it.
That's right. And that'll get rid of it. The pacifism on it that's keeping it from attacking or blocking. Now we need to play another land or we won't have enough. There we go. And we got ourselves out of that situation, didn't we? Oh, we got a big flyer. Oh, they played another fencing ace. And they made it big. You see how we just unsummoned our guy and that got the enchantment aura off of it when we unsummoned it?
Yeah.
Well, if we unsummon their guy, that'll also make the enchantment go to the graveyard.
We have enough ones.
But we have a choice to make. Okay? It cannot block us right now because we have a flyer. But here's the thing. We could play that unsummon right now, and we would be guaranteed to make that go back to their hand and for the Knight's Pledge aura to go to the graveyard. Or we can take a chance. We can wait until their turn and play the unsummon, and then we can force them to use any card in their hand that they might have to protect it, because we have, and they don't know this, but we have another unsummon.
I'll go with your idea.
So I think we should play our land, attack, and then pass the turn.
Play land, then the attack.
And that is the Blue Mage way. The Blue Mage way is to pass the turn with all your lands untapped and play your spells on your opponent's turn.
And
so you have become the Blue Mage.
Maybe on combat we want to play this.
Well, okay. Let's let that go, because they're gonna pacifism on our creature, and that's okay because we can always unsummon it. Let's wait and see if they play anything else on their creature, because what's better than getting rid of that Knight's Pledge? What if they had another one? What if they tried to play another one on it?
So we don't want to get rid of this creature, because we'll probably get another unsummon later, so let's hit pass.
Well, let's wait and see what they do during combat.
Okay.
So we're going to wait until the last minute, right before it hits us. Okay? Now this is important. This is when we need to pay attention to our combat steps. Do you see down here in the bottom right?
It says
how
pass.
Right now it has a sword right above that?
Yeah.
Okay, that lets us know that in the combat step, we are in the attack phase. After the opponent attacks, if we have something we can do with an instant speed ability, we can react. However, we can also react
now.
Well, that's where we are right now. We're there in the attack step. We can also if we had a blocker, we could block and then react to after we blocked. So we could...
Okay, I guess we'll just...
Well, we don't have a blocker, though, so let's go ahead and do it now.
Okay.
There you go. And just like that, we didn't take any damage. And now they have to play it again?
Resolve.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Before now it's the... You see here? They have the blue diamond. Put your mouse up there on that blue diamond. That... You see how it says stop on opponent's instep?
Yes.
Okay, so that is the last time that we can play something on our opponent's turn.
So do you want to... We want to unsummon this, so then this...
Yes, we want to unsummon that now because we have the mana to do it, and then that way we can replay it on our turn. But the question is... Because if we play a land now, we'll be at 6 lands. Do we want to play that Cloud Conceer again? Or now do we want to play the big boy?
You want to play the big boy.
And what is that? Let's right click on that because we haven't played this one yet. What does it say?
When...
Do you know that word?
No.
Okay. Riddle Master. That's that's a
Master.
compound word. That's 2 words put together.
I know. We've been learning about that in 1st grade. When Riddle Master Sphinx enters your...
Sphinx. A Sphinx is a mythological creature that likes riddles.
Enters you, may return target creature and opponent's creature to owner hand. And it has 5/5, so we definitely want
So that's like
land.
that's like a creature and an unsummon all at the same time.
So it's played.
So that does the same thing to our opponent's creature as the unsummon. Okay, now it says okay. This is important. Whenever it asks you something down here, see how it says decline and take action? Don't just click. Read the middle of the screen. Read the question it's asking you because that will tell you which answer you want.
Return to target creature opponent's hand, owner's hand.
Yeah, because it says, this is important, because the Riddle Master Sphinx, it says you may return target creature and opponent controls to its owner's hand. You don't have to. You can, or you can choose not to. But we want to. We want to this time.
So we just take action.
Yes.
Wait.
All right, and there you go. And now they're having to replay that same creature over and over and over again.
Huh?
Oh, and they got another Knight's Pledge, but that's okay because we're so far ahead now.
We have another
Okay.
Falcons?
Now,
Yeah.
normally, remember, we want to play creatures after combat, but in this case,
We won't play one before.
because, and here's the difference. Look here. You see how this creature has an eye on it? You see that eye?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that lets us know. And you see how this one doesn't have an eye?
Yeah.
Well, that lets us know that our opponent has seen that card. You remember when they saw that card?
Because it says revealed.
Yeah, that's right. It's revealed. And so that lets you know that your opponent has seen that card. They saw it because we played it, and then we put it back into our hand. So they know we have this one. They don't know we have another one. Okay?
Huh?
So
We can just play one of them.
So-
or we can wait.
we have no element of surprise right now with the one that has the eyeball on it.
How about we do have an element of surprise with this one?
That's
So I
right.
guess we'll just wait to play this one and play this one now.
That's right. Play that one first. And then we're even going to cover up the fact that we have another land. Look at that.
No.
We're even okay, yeah. We're even going to cover up the fact that we have another land until after combat because they have 2 mana untapped. That means they could do something. So we want them to spend their mana now rather than on what we're going to try to do after combat. So
So
let's
we
just
hit next.
Yep, let's just go to combat and let's swing in with our big Sphinx.
Huh? We'll get him killed him.
Down to 13. Okay, they didn't do anything, so let's play our land and let's play as many spells as we can. Well, hold on. Nope, that was all we can do. But next turn, we can do more. All right, now we have a decision. Do we block or do we take 6 damage?
6 damage isn't really that much for us because we have 20, so.
But they do have a card in hand, and they have all the untapped mana. So do we want to play? Do we want to be risky and take some damage and possibly a lot of damage?
What's block?
Or do we just block with one creature?
We just block with this creature.
I think if it was 1 less damage, if it was only 5, I would say maybe let's risk it. But 6 damage, that's over 25% of our life.
So 1 blocker.
All right, and they didn't play anything.
We can play this and this.
Yeah, but and we definitely want to play that one before combat. What does that one say?
Other creatures you control flying get 1/0 until 1 turn.
So they get 1 more power.
So we play this.
Yeah, and now they're bigger.
Now we just hit next.
Yeah, we attack because they still have that 1 card in hand. They might be able to give that guy reach. We don't know, but they didn't do it. So let's play a land and play our last Cloudkin Seer and pass the turn. We'll see what we draw. More land.
We've 8-ish.
I think we can afford to block here. I think we can. No. Okay, well, we can also afford to take damage. I would have blocked because we have more than enough creatures to kill them. That's it. Let's just play that one for fun. What does that one do?
Whenever a creature flying attacks, you may draw a card.
No, again, that's a may, so we don't have to. There might be if we had more than 7 cards in hand, we might not want to draw. But since we don't, I think we should just attack with everybody and we'll draw a bunch of cards and win the game. Look at that. Look at all those triggers. That's a lot of cards. Let's do it. Let's draw. Take action. Take all the actions. Draw all those cards. Because we don't know what our opponent has in their hand. We might draw an unsummon and we might need it. You don't know. You never know.
We got a water knot at the last second.
Yeah, just like chess. You never know until you have checkmate. All right. Well, good game, partner. Good game. All right, we did it. That brings us on to the next lesson, and we'll cover that next week. Did you have fun? Yeah, it feels good to draw all those cards, didn't it?
And we got a water knot finally, but we didn't get to play. It's like this game doesn't want us to play water knots.
That's okay. We only needed those unsummons. 1 mana spell that'll get the job done is better than a 3 mana spell.
And after this, Flatger, we'll be facing another player.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we gotta finish up this challenge against Chandra next week, and then we'll be testing out our blue deck up against another player. You're right.
So anyways, let's do our outro.
All right, if you insist. As always, remember to love one another. Be cool. Don't be a jerk.
And have fun playing Magic the Gathering. Bye.
Bye.